Hi, sweet friends. Welcome back to my home. And if you happen to be new here, my name's Rebecca. Welcome. I thank you all for your comments that you have left on the last video. I didn't realize there was still that many of you out there watching my content because it has been in the back of my mind of giving up YouTube. I've been on here for 5.5 years. I'm going to talk about a few things today while I'm doing some cleaning. I'm going to be cleaning in this open area. My entryway, my living room, my dining room, and my buffet are all in one big room. It's probably half of my house. But while I'm working on this, I'm going to speed it up and get it cleaned up, ready to go for spring. While I'm doing a little bit of motivation cleaning, getting ready for spring, getting ready to decorate, I've done a couple of pre-spring on my mantle and on my dining room table, but I will be clearing off my dining room table and putting it back together. I like to get everything dusted all at once. It's a great feeling to have everything done and fresh and ready for spring. It's so refreshing. Hey guys, I want to stop this just a few minutes and talk about this bench area. This is my entryway, although it's open to all of this space, but I'm thinking about taking the bench out, but here's my dilemma. If I take the bench out, I gotta have something to put in this place, and I would be taking all of this down. I thought about my buffet over there on that wall to move it over here because my husband is fixing an old Hoosier cabinet to go over there. It's not done yet, but that's what I'm thinking. But for this spring, I'm gonna go ahead and decorate this for the spring and keep it here until that cabinet is done. And then I think I'm gonna, because the mirror that came off of the fireplace is going to go over here above that buffet, I believe, because I paid a lot of money for the mirror. I still love it, and I think I'm going to keep it, but I want to do something different here. I sort of think the bench is outdated. You guys let me know, and I've had a lot of fun for years decorating it. I won't get rid of it. I will use it somewhere else in my home, and let me know what you think, because I'm thinking about changing that out this year. Just in case you guys were wondering, when I move furniture here in my home, that I have these little felties on all of my furniture so that it doesn't scratch up my hardwood floors. So all of the pieces of furniture have those little felties. You can get them at any hardware store. I find mine at the Dollar Tree for just $1, now $1.25. Now, one thing that's been on my list is my craft room. I don't know whether to call it a craft room or a sewing room or an exercise room anymore, but I'm really hoping to get in there and tackle that this year. It was on my list of organizing, but unfortunately I didn't get to it, so that's going to be a separate video. But guys, I am really thinking about clearing a lot of things out. Okay, while we're working in this area, I want you to look at my drapes there. Jennifer left me a comment in my last video, and she had said this: I would tidy up the top of the curtains. They go every which way. Not a fan of the grommet top curtains. They look dated. I'd get some new pinch pleated ones or some curtain rings with the clips. What I'm showing you here is some toilet paper cardboard rolls, and I'm going to cut them in half. And I've seen this either on Pinterest or maybe Instagram. I'm not sure where I've seen it, but you take these cardboard circles and you put them on the drapes in between the grommets, and it keeps them evenly spaced. So I want to try that and see how it's really going to turn out. Whoever lived here before, the guy that lived here, I think he was a single guy, he put up the curtain rods, and I think that they are about 3 inches too high. If you look at the curtains at the bottom, they're at the top of the baseboards. I like for my curtains to come all the way to the floor. Since Jennifer left me that message, it's so odd. A week prior to her message, I was talking to my husband about getting the drapes that would come from the ceiling all the way to the floor. And I've seen this done, and I really like how it looks, and I think it would give a grand effect to my fireplace since it goes from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. I'm going to go ahead and use this cardboard method and see how this turns out until I find the drapes. It's going to work here, but for now, until I find the perfect drapes to make that change, I'm going to go ahead and continue with these. I do love the colors, and I got these off of Amazon.com when we moved in. I do need to do a little bit of dusting, the blinds, and straightening up the curtains, and let's continue with some cleaning throughout this room. Now it's too early to clean my windows on the inside and out. I want to freshen those up in April. Usually if I get too anxious and I do them too early, I have to do them over because we get a lot of rain sometimes in March and April. For now, I'm going to put these curtains up while I'm looking for some others. I don't know. I may just wind up keeping these. We'll see. I love the color. I may actually lower that rod to make them look right because I'm really liking how these cardboard spacers are making these drapes look. And I don't know about the grommet curtains being dated. Because I've only had these for 3 years, and I think they're still sold on Amazon and a lot of other department stores. So just going to do a little bit of dusting on the blinds inside, knocking the dust off, but I will do my windows real good, like I said, in April. When mopping my floors, I love my old cedar spin mop. I heard there's a newer style out. I'm not sure, but mine still works pretty good. I'm going to keep it and use it for as long as I can, but I do love to use the Spick and Span Sun Fresh. It makes my house smell so good. Okay, I am going to pick up the rug for spring and summer. I don't know, it just has this warm feeling, but I sort of want things to feel a little more cool for the spring and summertime. So I'm going to put the rug away for these seasons, and then I'll bring it back out in the fall. I do love the rug. I got it off of Amazon, and if I mention anything about Amazon and where I got it, I do have an Amazon storefront. You can go check that out for that area, if it's living room, dining room, whatever room, and you can find a lot of the items that I talk about under my storefront on Amazon, and that link is in my description box. I'm going to go ahead and take out all of the pillow inserts and freshen them up, run them through the dryer, fluff them up, put the winter covers away, and I'm getting ready to bring out the spring ones. So a couple of days ago, we had a couple of visitors that came out to our home, and they come to the front door and knocked. I was sitting at my dining room table, and of course, they looked in. They seen me sitting here. Of course, my husband's home. He's retired now. We're both retired, and we're loving it. But anyway, they came and they were in this sports car, like a Charger, and they wanted to talk to us about hail damage on our roof. And I don't know exactly. They did name a company. My husband answered the door. I didn't go with him. I always go in the back room in case, something isn't right, and, if I need to call 911 or something like that. But if it was me by myself, I wouldn't have went and answered the door, but Larry went and answered the door, and they introduced themselves by name and that they were coming from Bardstown. Bardstown's an hour and a half away. Well, after they left our home, they left the neighborhood. They didn't go to the neighbor's house. So we do have a neighborhood private account on Facebook. So I got on there and I asked any of the neighbors if they received a visit from a couple of guys that was wanting to get on our roof and check for hail damage, because Larry said it's fine. He said, well, you can't really see it from the ground. And anyway, when they left, and they just left the neighborhood, and none of the neighbors said that they had visited them. So, that was sort of like a heads up. Let's, pay attention. Don't know exactly. Okay, they're in a Charger. No ladder to be found. I don't know how they were going to get on the roof to examine it, because I don't think they could fit any kind of a ladder of any size in the back of that little sports car, and it was a Charger. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you, and just heads up, people. We do live out here in the country. We're in a little neighborhood of 20 houses, or 25, and I feel pretty safe here. But anyway, you just have to be, aware of your surroundings. Okay, now that everything is cleaned up, I'm showing you it's all ready to be decorated, and that will be my next videos coming up. I will do them in sections. I had asked you guys whether you liked the individual areas or you wanted one big marathon, and the majority of you said that you liked the individual rooms, so that's what I will be doing. And I've got it all cleaned up, ready for decorating. Now, for the fireplace, we just cleaned it up. We're not going to use it anymore. It is becoming spring, and I just have some birchwood logs that I like to put in there. I put spring flowers in a basket in it last year, but I'm just going to put the birchwood in it for this year and cleaned up that area. I am thinking about moving the chairs over here, the 2 chairs on each side of the fireplace. And I'll share a picture at the end here, because I actually move it over, and you'll have to let me know what you think. Now look at those curtains with the spacers in it. I like how that turned out. So if I keep these, we just need to lower the rod about 3.5 inches. So I don't know if I'm going to spend the money on new curtains. And here is the side that's not done. I don't have enough of the little spacers yet. They're just toilet paper roll holders and cut in half. Thanks, Jennifer, for that comment and pointing those curtains out to me. My entry is all ready for all of the spring items that I want to put in there. I'm not going to change this out right now. There's so much stuff on my hutch that I'm not even going to fool with it. I dusted it when I decorated it last time, but I did clean under it. So that's all ready, but I am going to change this hutch out for the spring, but I just didn't want to fool with taking all of that stuff off right now. It was overwhelming, so I'm going to leave it for another day. Hey, I do want to mention, you guys, a way that you can support my channel is by giving me a thumbs up, a like, and a comment. If you don't know what to say, just give me a couple of hearts. It lets me know that you guys are watching. I didn't think anybody was watching and was really about ready just to give up and quit. I'm not really a quitter, but I'm glad to see that you guys are still watching. My table's all cleaned off, ready to be decorated for the spring. Okay, listen guys, if you made it this far and you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, and so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I've got lots of decorating videos and some cleaning videos, a little bit of organizing, and possibly some thrifting. I do have another channel all about thrifting that's linked in the description box below. It's called The Lancaster Thrifter. Go over and check it out. I'm getting a little bit more active on that channel. And if you don't want to leave a comment, don't forget to leave me a couple of hearts. That lets me know that you are watching my videos, so I will continue. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate that you've made it this far in the video, and I'll see you in my next one. I hope you all have a very blessed week. Have a great day.